Good morning, guys. It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So, in your personal opinion, do you feel like I need one of those little microphones? Or do you feel like my videos are perfectly fine just the way they are? Those little Rode mics that people put on their neck and stuff like that when they're doing things in the gym. Maybe I'll do it when I get the other gym and we'll talk about things as I teach people things. So today's video is going to be setting up your macros for Atkins. Somebody just recently asked, hey, can you help me set up my macros for Atkins? And it was on an Atkins video, and I assume it's based on Atkins because of the video they commented on. So what I'm going to do today is help you understand how to do that. And I'm going to do it in the easiest way possible. Is there a hole in my armpit? No, it's in the other one. I'm going to do that in the easiest way possible. Now, I think it's important, the first thing that you do realize is that calories do matter, okay? And it's better to err on the side of higher calories than it is err on the side of lower calories. And the reason I say that is because, especially when you're following Atkins diet, you don't have carbohydrates to pull to be able to lose body fat later. The only options you have is two. You have one being total caloric intake, total calories, and the other one being energy expenditure, whether it's through cardio or fitness or walking or exercise or total daily energy expenditure, just fidgeting and moving around and stuff like that on a daily basis. So start high, okay? Don't start crazy high, but the best rule of thumb, first of all, in my personal opinion, is to understand that this is a long-term thing. This isn't a quick fix. If you're looking to lose weight really fast, then maybe, bottom out your calories. To each their own. Like, I'm not going to tell you that if you don't drop your calories out that you won't lose weight quicker, because you will. It's true. The problem with that is you're going to hit a wall and you're not able to actually do anything because you're low carb. So a lot of people don't understand how to formulate their calories and their exercise and everything when they do go low carb, and they just go way too low right away. So you have to go slow with it. So the big thing, first of all, is to go to BMR calculator, and you could go to bmrcalculator.net, BMR calculator, and I'll just put in BMR calculator, and bmrcalculator.net comes up. And then I'm just going to use my information because that's what I'm going to use. I am 41. I am a male. I am 5'9", I believe. I always say I'm shorter than that, but everybody else says I'm taller than that. And we'll say 315, 3154. And then we're going to calculate. As soon as we push calculate, it's going to pop out a number. BMR is going to be the number that to be able to stay the same, not go up, not go down, or anything like that. Now, if it were me, say I wasn't powerlifting and I wasn't worried about like carbohydrates and stuff like that, and I was just like maybe bodybuilding or just exercise, some type of, let's say I'm a CrossFitter, okay? Where my carbohydrates, I wasn't super worried about it, or not a CrossFitter, I was just exercising, okay? Exercising intensely, let's say in the beginning 3,200 because that is exercising 1 to 3 times per week. So we're going to start at 3,200 calories, okay? So grab a pen, pause the video if you need to. Our exercise is 1 to 3 times per week, okay? 1 to 3 times per week we're exercising, so that's pretty easy, right? And we're gonna say 3,200 calories is our starting point. The cool thing about starting too high is you could always come down. You start too low, if you go up, you're going to gain weight. So there's nothing, you got to be careful with that. One of the most common things, in all honesty, is people coming in and saying, I'm stuck at a certain weight and it's not moving. I don't know why. Can you help me? The problem with that is a lot of those people are bottomed out on their calories. How many calories do you eat? The most common answer is I don't know. The second most common answer is 800. For some reason, it's like some magic number, 800, which you should not be eating only 800 calories. That's a big problem because your body just doesn't want to do nothing. And usually, if you're eating 800 calories, in all honesty, there's days here and there where you're probably purging. You're starving yourself and then purging and then starving yourself, and you're just ending up in a caloric surplus. Because if you were at 800 calories consistently, you would definitely lose weight and you would definitely be emaciated after a period of time. So the next thing that you're going to do is understand that you have a macro split, and people don't realize that for some reason in Atkins. They think just get rid of the carbohydrates or get rid of... Oh, by the way, I do have a video that I just posted, and I'll link it in the description below, talking about making sure that you do focus on the macro split, and I'll put it in the link in the description below. That being said, the first thing that we're going to start with is 70% fat, and we're just going to write these, okay? 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbs, okay? Here's how I write meal plans, okay? The easiest way for me to write a meal plan is to get the proteins in there first. And the reason I do that, and I'm not writing a meal plan or anything like that, but the reason I do that is if you're putting your foods together and stuff like that, and you just start picking random fats and stuff, fats are really high in calories, and you're going to end up with like 5 pounds of fucking cheese at the end of the day, which is not going to work. That's not going to lose. First of all, you're going to be bloated. Your inflammation is going to be through the fucking roof. Your joints are going to be killing you. You're going to be shitting your pants all the time. And that, nobody wants to fucking do that, okay? So just keep that in mind. So get your proteins together, okay? Throw some fats in there afterwards, and then the veggies on top at the end, because the protein is like, you can decide, am I going to eat 3 meals, 5 meals, whatever it is, and then throw protein in your calories. Now that's the next important thing that we're going to talk about, because we're not planning a meal plan or anything like that. We're figuring out understanding your macros. I have 3,200 calories, right? That's the baseline. Now 70% of those calories is going to be through fats. 70% of calories from fat. 25% of my calories are going to be from carbs, or protein. And 5% of calories are going to be from vegetables. Say veggies. Okay, so that being said, the first thing that you're going to do is probably go to the internet and say, what is 70%, where the hell is the percent sign, of 3,200? 2240, 2,240 calories of fat. So I did you a favor and I didn't let you walk all the way through that. I don't know why this thing always stays in the way. That's kind of annoying, frankly. 70% of the calories from fat comes out to 2,240 calories, so predominantly most of your calories. 25% of calories through protein comes out to 800 calories. 5% of calories through veggies comes out to 160 calories. Now, this is the part where I lose a lot of people, okay? And this is the part that took me some time to be able to figure out. But it's not that complicated. Just slow the fuck down and listen, okay? So you have, let's take it one step at a time. 70% of calories come from fat, okay? So 70% of that 3,200. 70% of calories from fat equals 2,240. Per gram of fat, there's 9 calories. So you're going to go 2240, okay, divided by 9. So we're just going to say 2240 divided by 9 equals 248 grams of fat. Does that make sense? And that might be, you might be saying, what the hell does that mean? That's the part where people get screwed up. It's not like you take 248 grams of cheese, like the weight of cheese, and put it on a scale and say, well, this is all I eat for the day, 248. He said 250 grams. No, you flip it over and you look on the back and there will be 11 grams of fat in 1 ounce of cheese. Does that make sense? So it's not the weight of the item on the scale, it's how much grams of fat is in that item. I think that might be the easiest I ever explained that. And then the next one, now there's 9 calories per gram of fat, but that's the only macronutrient that is that way. Protein is 4, and veggies are 4. Alcohol is also a macronutrient, but nobody wants to fucking realize that. A shot of vodka is like 110 calories, so keep that in mind. There is no zero alcohol beverage, and if there is, you probably shouldn't be drinking it because who knows what the fuck's in that shit. 800 divided by 4 is obviously 200, right? 800 divided by 4 equals 200. I just wanted to check it. Don't ever guess. I'm not a math person, so I don't think that's a good idea. Regardless. And then we got 160 divided by 4 equals 40. Okay? So that's your breakdown right there. Pause that, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. 70 calories, or 70% of your fat, oh my gosh. Let's break this down. I am Jonathan, a 315-pound male that exercises 1 to 3 times per week, which puts my calories at 3,200, okay? My starting point. 70% of my calories are going to come from fat. 25% of my calories are going to come from protein. And 5% of my calories are going to come through vegetables. The fat comes out to 2,240 calories. Divided by 9 means 250 grams, roughly, of fat. Protein comes out to 800 calories. About 200 grams. What? 200 grams? Is that right? Well, that came out pretty good, actually. 200 grams of fat, protein. That's not bad. 5% of calories through vegetables, so 40 grams of vegetables. Now, or 40 grams. If you want to break this down, if you go from, now this is not induction phase, this is, some of you that are a little bit more educated about this type of thing might say, whoa, 40 grams of vegetables, that is not induction phase. No, it's not. It's 40 grams of carbohydrates. It's Atkins 40. But in all honesty, you can get into ketosis anywhere, most people under 50 grams of carbohydrates. And if you are a 315-pound male, I know, according to my lean muscle mass, I have about 100 pounds of weight that needs to come off of me. So dropping my carbohydrates down to 40 grams is going to be more than enough to start dropping weight. You don't have to worry about that. If you find yourself stuck or something, you can lower that a little bit. And remember that 3,200, let me stop this and restart. That 3,200 calories is like where you need to be able to start. You may or may not lose weight at that point. I don't know. It just depends. It depends on who you are as a person. What I would say is the best approach to this is to go slow. Don't worry about going too fast or anything through this. You want to take it one step at a time. The first thing is just to start eating better. Eventually, you want to get to this point, these macros. And once you get to these macros for a consistent amount of time without cheating on the weekends, because calories count, no matter what fucking day of the week it is, it doesn't matter. No matter what, once you get this done, if you see that you'll probably, just by eating better and slowly getting into this position, you're going to probably start dropping a significant amount of weight or bloat or inches or whatever it is at this point. And then once you're there for 2 to 3 weeks and you really feel like, hey, I understand this, it's good, I haven't cheated one time, I'm staying on track, then you can probably drop your calories. And I would do it slow. I wouldn't jump a bunch. If I would do it by 80 calories, okay? I would do it by 80 calories and I would pull those off of the fat. 80 calories, drop it, wait 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 days, see what happens. Keep your exercise the same and stuff like that. Don't start doing more exercise. Remember, more is not more necessarily, because you only use these things as you need them. If you have 100 pounds that you have to lose, it's going to be a battle. Like, it's not going to be a 2-second process. You're going to have to save some cards to play the game later, like your exercise and your cardio, your stairs, your extra hiking or running around at the mall to get steps in or whatever.